The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water, transitory.
Welcome. How can I help you? It's been getting quite busy
15,
recently.
16.
Haven't you heard?
That's a nice haul.
There's a strange wanderer near
It
Wolfendom.
truly is fascinating.
Welcome. How can I help you?
Today's recommendation is the steak.
15, 16.
बस भाई बढ़िया यार।
That's a nice haul.
सो स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं यार।
Come take a look.
सो
There are
व्हाट्स अप गाइस
definitely
एंड
some
वेलकम बैक टू
unexpected
जस्ट गेम
finds.
ऑन। सो गाइस अपनी गेंशिन इम्पैक्ट की आज की स्ट्रीम स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं, जिसमें भाई हम पुलिंग करेंगे स्कर्क के लिए। हमने यार 10 सेव करके रखे थे, अभी स्टार्ट ही करना है क्योंकि हमने रेडन के लिए पुल किया था पिछले उसमें। सो अपने पास रेडन अपने को मिल गई थी, लेवल 40 हमने कर लिया। वेपन भी, वेपन अभी नहीं निकाला उसका सही। बाकी अपने पास अभी कितने हैं, 11 हैं इसके लिए। और प्राइमोजेम्स यार और मिल जाए तो मजे आ जाएं। लिंक कर लिए? किसकी भाई, किसकी लिंक? डिस्कॉर्ड की?
Move high.
राइज अभी नहीं थी यार, नो। बस नए इसके लिए वर्ल्ड क्वेस्ट है तो। वर्ल्ड क्वेस्ट में कोप मोड ओपन रहता है यार अपना।
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion.
यार ऐसा क्यों लग रहा है मेरे को, चल नहीं रहा, दिक्कत है क्या? ना यार सही है।
Wind go with you.
मैं वही करूँ यार, पिछले में क्लेम नहीं हो रहा था। गाइड में दिखा रहा है, अच्छा इसका दिखा रहा है।
The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a
एनेक्डोट के रिवॉर्ड्स, एनेक्डोट्स ये अपने करना पड़ेगा।
rising through water, transitory.
चलो यार, इससे पहले सबसे पहले अपना वो कर लेते हैं, चैप्टर क्वेस्ट करेंगे तो अपने पास अपने आप हो जाएगा ये। वर्ल्ड का। कहाँ पे है भाई लॉरेंस?
Honorary knight. Is something the matter? A stranger with an eye patch. Let me think. He was wandering all over Mondstadt at first, which I
यार
lost
आई
him
पैच
pretty
के साथ
quickly.
कौन सा कैरेक्टर है अपने
Still,
पास?
I didn't think that this was such a huge matter as long as Master Jean is here.
That might be true, but if it were up to Jean, she'd take this way more serious.
That is true. But on the other hand, knowing that Master Jean may overreact to the situation is all the more reason to not tell her, no? Anyways, oh yeah, he was at Wagner's smithy for a while before I tried telling him. He might have said something to Wagner. You should go ask him. Maybe he has more news about our stranger.
भाई ये जल्दी हो जाए तो बढ़िया है अपना। ये कहाँ पे जाना है वो अपने को? इससे पूछना है।
What? You need something? Here, I remember him. He showed up a few days ago asking to buy a bunch of forging materials. Can't say I've heard of any of the materials he mentioned, though. He then had a look at the
अच्छा
weapons in my shop before leaving. I've heard that
भाई
the Knights of the Guild want to get hold of him. That's the only place to be.
The angels share? Well, Master Diluc probably has his eye on that stranger too then. Anyway, let's go to the angel share and have a look.
ये क्वेस्ट यार जल्दी हो जाए तो बढ़िया है। उसके बाद स्पाइरल एविस कर लेंगे। प्राइमोजेम्स अपने को वहां से मिल जाएंगे कुछ।
What will it be?
भाई
Grape
रेडन
juice
से
or apple
चेंज हो
cider?
जाता है।
Hey, Charles! Have you seen a blonde stranger who wears an eye patch around here by any chance?
That I have. He comes here every night. Just to drink, though. Doesn't order anything else. He even sometimes mixes his own drinks after he orders them. I don't know anything else about him, but from his selections and mixes, I'd say that he's quite the connoisseur.
And what's Master Diluc's opinion?
Why, I just gave it to you. Quite the connoisseur.
Investigating everything as always. Guess that's Diluc for you.
If you're looking for that gentleman, he ordered some new bottle of wine in advance yet. There's too many raucous patrons on the first floor, so if you want to wait, best to go to the second.
भाई कोप मोड में कर सकता हूँ ये वाली।
Hey, go on, drink some more.
सेकंड फ्लोर पे जाना है अपने को।
Hey, go on, drink some more.
कहीं भी बैठ जाते हैं यार। अरे भाई और ऊपर जाना पड़ेगा अपने को, अगर ग्राउंड फ्लोर वाला सिस्टम है ना इनका। सीढ़ियाँ तो बंद है और ऊपर नहीं जाता मतलब ये। भाई कोई भी बंदा नहीं आ रहा। हाँ अब सही जगह बैठे यार।
Ah, welcome, sir. The wine that you previously ordered is here.
He's really here? Let's go downstairs.
Hey, go on, drink some more.
Wow, he's got no intention of paying us any mind, huh?
A traveler, you say? Why are you traveling? Well, that's as good a reason as any. Sit down over there, then.
So, guess we've broken the ice. What a weird guy.
That little one beside you.
That's not true, and you know it.
It's indeed a good thing to have someone accompany you on your travels. My name's Dainsleif. I suppose you have some business with me? Sure.
And he was so cold just a moment before. Paimon's got a bad feeling about this.
But I will require advance payment. $500 mora, and 3 answered questions. The 500 is a one-time fee, and we'll settle the questions in a moment.
मोरा के पैसे ले रहा है भाई अपने से।
That's it.
मोरा क्या इसके बताने के आंसर।
Well, now Paimon's got a really bad feeling. That kind of compensation can't be right.
Ah, thank you. Now as for my questions, I'd like you to answer them here and now. The answer to a question says nothing about right and wrong, only about differences in attitude. I only wish to know what your choices are. Question 1. The crisis Mondstadt faced was resolved by an alliance between yourself and that Animo Archon who calls himself Venti. Who, in your view, was the key to ending that crisis? I know everything that I should. Well, answer the question. Is that your answer? Question number 2. Rex Lapis, who has defended Liyue Harbor for millennia on end, used his gnosis to lay down a contract to end all contracts, of which the stipulation, who do you think will defend Liyue Harbor in the future, now that they've lost their deity? So that's your answer? Now for my final question. This world has people who gained visions and those who did not. Which of the two do you think hold more importance in the eyes of the gods?
आइज ऑफ द गॉड्स में भाई कौन सा करता है इसमें?
So, this is your answer then?
3 आंसर दे
It
दी भाई हमने.
seems that you're different from her. I'll take that 500 mora.
हर भाई
And
इसने हर
now
बोला
I
है, इसका
also
मतलब
understand your views on this world.
लग रहा है इसकी
As
सिस्टर
we
की बात तो नहीं
agreed,
कर रहे.
you may now commission me.
भाई उससे मिला है क्या?
That said, I only take commissions related to the Abyss Order. Like you, I am currently on a journey. You intend to find your sibling, while I wish to oppose the Abyss. Ugh. Those creatures that serve the Abyss are the fangs and claws by which the Order spreads chaos in this world. I have come to Mondstadt this time while on the trail of an Abyss Herald.
An Abyss Herald?
An even more twisted abyssal being. One that commands the Abyss Mages.
Oh, that's right! We've just been fighting against the Fatui and Liyue, who are human too!
तो मतलब कहना क्या चाहता पाइमोन कि यार वो ह्यूमन नहीं है, फतोई.
We haven't encountered the non-human Abyss
फतोई
Order
हार्बिंजर्स जो
at
हैं.
all!
There's some reason behind that, I'm afraid. It's possible that they may have been under orders to avoid your path.
Oh, that does sound pretty dangerous. Maybe they're looking for a better time to ambush us or something. Uh-huh! We're super duper strong!
That manner, it's just like hers. Well then,
भाई ये
let's go
जानता है
see for
यार, मेरे को
ourselves,
बहुत
shall
ज़्यादा
we?
वो लग रहा है इसमें.
According to the leads I have on hand, the Abyss Order has re-infiltrated the Temple of the Falcon. Let's meet up at the temple. Perhaps your questions about the Abyss will be answered there.
What would you like? Hey, go on, drink some more. What would you like? Hey, go on, drink some more. What would you like? Hey, go on, drink some more.
टेंपल ऑफ द फैल्कन जाना है यार अपने को.
What would you like? Hey, go on, drink some more.
फायर दिखा रहा है ये तो 4 मीटर अपने को. टेंपल ऑफ द फैल्कन यहाँ कहाँ से आएगा यार? बाहर तो जाना पड़ेगा अपने को.
Hey, go on.
देखो बाहर दिखा रहा है। भाई बहुत वो लग रहा है इनको।
This abandoned temple does bear some marks of the abyss. The falcon of the west. Though it can soar in the wind, it Oh, it's nothing. Let's head inside.
भाई बैनेट तो अपना डेड है, उसको रिवाइव करना पड़ेगा अपने को। भाई जिंदा हो जा, जल्दी जिंदा हो जा, ऐसे काम नहीं चलेगा भाई, मरे मरे। डेंसल भी होगा ना यार अपने साथ।
The scent of the abyss is getting stronger. It's not far now.
Paimon wonders what the Abyss Heralds look like. Do they look something like the Abyss Mages?
Let's head further in first. If we do see that creature, that'll spare me the explanation either way.
वाह भाई, अपने अपने काम से मतलब रखते हैं तो।
Illusion shattered.
Oh.
Adventure time.
Shine down.
अबे ये कौन
Let's
सा आ
light it
गया?
up.
अबे पागल की तरह क्यों घुमा रहा है भाई? भाई स्टार्टिंग में इस एबिस में गए थे ना, तो भाई बहुत सही था।
Let's light it up.
अबे बगल के बक्से फूट जाते हैं भाई, कैसे बक्से रखते हो यार? इनकी वजह से यार अपनी हालत खराब हो जाती है कैरेक्टर्स की। वाह भाई, मटेरियल मिल रहा है अपने को अच्छा खासा। बाकी और कुछ तो नहीं है भाई। चलो भाई खुल
Adventure
गया।
time. Off we go.
Illusion
Everybody stand back.
अबे ये क्या है भाई?
Let the show begin.
अबे ये पंछी सा क्या है?
There is no escape. Let's light it up. Shine down.
Ready, steady, go!
Illusion shattered.
Freeze!
ये क्या भाई ये? कुछ नई चीज लग रही है यार मेरे को।
Let's light it up.
ना इसमें कुछ नहीं हो रहा। हाइड्रो यूज करना है ना इस पे बारबरा का। ना कुछ भी यूज कर लो यार। ओपन तो हो चुका है।
There is no escape. Let's light it up. I'm going in.
Oh, so sorry.
Shine down. Absurd. Let's light it up.
चल भाई एक को मार दिया पहले।
Adventure time.
एक बच रहा है।
There is no escape.
अबे फायर नहीं आएगा इस पे काम। अंदर घुस जा भाई।
Inazuma shines eternal.
I'll protect us.
Cool it.
Illusion shattered.
कोने में घुस के मारा यार।
Just a few abyss mages? Seems like that herald might have already left.
कौन बता रहा है? हेरल्ड।
The abyss. It is chaos, and it is also destruction. It is a morass of inconceivable madness that encroaches upon this world's very foundations. That is why even the Dragon of the East, a servant of a deity, was unable to resist its corrosive powers. And the creatures of the Abyss desire nothing less than the overthrow of...
You seem to know a lot about the Abyss, Dame.
Well, we do have some history. I suppose that's as far as chit-chat goes. We should head to Wolvendom. Judging by the traces I'm following, their next appear. Perhaps we may find our Abyss Herald there.
प्राइमोस मिल गए अपने को। 5 मिले हैं लेकिन यार कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। 60 प्राइमोस बता रहा था इस वाले पे। 468 हो गए मेरे पास। बाकी इसमें क्या दिखा रहा है? स्पेशल इवेंट्स। लिमिटेड थ्रोइंग सिमुलेशन। पता नहीं भाई क्या दिखा रहा है क्या चीज है? देखते हैं यार एक बार। व्हाट द हेल आर दीज? पता नहीं भाई, देखना पड़ेगा बाद में। भाई कम्युनिटी बार बार उधर ही जा रहा है। अपने को नहीं जाना लेकिन यार। एक बार ट्रेनिंग गाइड और देख लेते हैं भाई, वीक की बता रहा है अब भी। वेपन तो अपने पास है, ट्रायल ग्राउंड्स ऑफ थंडर।
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
ये फिशिंग वाले में अपने को वेपन मिलेगा शायद। और टीपोट टू कोल होम, इसमें अपने को मिलेगा मटेरियल शायद वेपन के लिए। ये भी देखेंगे अपने को कहाँ पे जाना है यार। कहाँ पे दिखा रहा है? ओ, इसके पास जाना पड़ेगा क्या अपने को? पहले यहाँ जाते हैं। यो ब्रो आ गए। अपने को ऊपर जाना पड़ेगा क्या यार? बहुत बहुत चढ़ाई करनी पड़ेगी इसमें।
Well, we're in Wolfendom now. Think Dean's waiting for us up ahead? We should meet up with him quick, in
भाई
case the wolves
फाइट होगी
decide they
अपनी।
don't like him.
हेल ना ब्रो, भाई चढ़ा दे यार, चढ़ जा भाई। अपने यार प्राइमोजी कितने हुए हैं अभी तो? 15 पोल्स। हाँ 15 पोल्स हो जाएंगे अपने। अभी सेव कर रहे हैं, एक साथ करेंगे सारे पुल। अपने को लड़ाई करनी पड़ेगी, डेन सेल्फ वहां मिलेगा अपने को। इस ये करने के बाद यार अपने को मिल जाएगा क्या? ये कैरेक्टर मिल जाएगा। ये रहा।
Lord of Wolvendom, great wolf king of the north. Sharp of fang and keen of claw, and yet dwelling here only. No, nor does it know me.
भाई
I
फिर
only
क्यों
know
कह रहा?
these things because a previous traveling companion of mine once wanted to hear its story. All right, let's go see if that Abyss Herald has stopped by here.
But where do we begin? Are you standing here because of these strange bonfires, Dean?
Indeed. See that, floating above the flames? It's an abyssal spell. Knowing what I do of the Order's habits, they've probably left similar marks behind elsewhere. Let's have a look nearby.
बच गए भाई, अभी अंदर चले जाते चैलेंज के लिए। ध्यान नहीं रहा है अपने को, आसपास जाके देखना है।
Do you think that those monsters by the bonfire are under the Abyss Order's control? Looks kind of scary. Let's beat them up first.
Illusion shattered.
Don't get frostbite. Freeze.
ये भाई मैजिशियन बहुत वो है।
There is no escape.
इनकी शील्ड तो सब ज्यादा परेशान करते हैं भाई, इनकी शील्ड।
Let the show begin.
Shine down.
Let's light it up!
अबे नीचे जाना पड़ेगा क्या अब मेरे को? अबे भाई इतनी मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी। हाँ अबे यार, एक इस बंदे घोटू के लिए मैं नीचे आया भाई।
Now you shall perish.
Dodge this.
Come on, we can do it. That's that.
एक घटिया बंदे के लिए नीचे गया था भाई मैं। अब मेरे को ऊपर जाना पड़ेगा। सीरियसली ब्रो? चढ़ तो जाएगी ना ऊपर। भाई एक बंदे को मारने के लिए नीचे आना पड़ता है अपने को उतर के क्लिफ से। सबसे खराब लगता है या तो इनको एक जगह टिक के लड़ाओ। अब गेंशिन वाले क्या करते हैं भाई ये?
Looks like this bonfire's also got something to do with the Abyss.
इसके आसपास कोई भी नहीं है।
The Abyss really has been around here. Yikes!
आ गए
Where
भाई
do these
आ गए।
monsters pop out from? Let's clear them out and quick!
अबे ये भाई कब से ताकतवर बन गए?
Let's light it up! Why do they never go in it?
भाई सबसे पहले इनके मैजिशियन को मारते हैं। मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग है भाई। अब हमारे को डेंसल्स के पास जाना है। कहाँ पे है? अच्छा वहीं पे है वुल्फ डैन के पास। वो रहा भाई, हम अंदर चले गए थे इसमें, लगा नहीं था कि चैलेंज करना अपने को, मैं अंदर कूद गया, इसके अंदर चला गया सीधे।
Have you finished searching? I searched around these parts and found some signs myself. But they were left behind by abyss mages. And there was... It seems that even an abyss herald would not wish to make trouble with the Wolf King of the North. We should leave as well. If there's anything praiseworthy about that old wolf, it's his territorial nature.
But now we're out of leads. Are we going to have to give up?
No. There is one more place we can go. Let's get a move on then. I'll wait for you at Storm Terror's lair.
ओके, स्टॉर्म टेरर लेयर पे मिलेगा अपने को भाई। स्टॉर्म टेरर लेयर भाई, वहां पे जाना पड़ेगा क्या अपने को? चल भाई, कहाँ पे पहुंचाएगा अब? अब ये कहीं अंदर ना खड़ा हो उसमें भी। चल भाई, ना बाहर ही है, अंदर होता तो अपने को अंदर टेलीपोर्ट करना पड़ता।
I've heard about what happened to you during Mondstadt's crisis. When you came, this place was known as Storm Terror's lair.
इसके पास यार इन्फो बहुत ज्यादा है अपने बारे में।
But I suppose that this place is more lair than Storm Terror at this point. In fact, if my memory serves, this ruin has had largely nothing to do with that dragon for a long time. The first time I laid eyes upon the ruins of old Mondstadt.
Huh? But Paimon remembers that Dvalin first got in trouble hundreds of years ago.
Don't think too much about it. Do you remember the light actuators that once sealed this ruin? If the Abyss Order is interested in this location, then they will not neglect those mechanisms. Let's go see what the situation is at those light actuators.
अब अपने को अंदर जाना पड़ेगा यार इसमें। सो चलते हैं, लेकिन भाई अपने को टेलीपोर्ट करना पड़ेगा। नहीं, अंदर नहीं जाना। मैप में उस डायरेक्शन में दिखा रहा था अपने को। यहाँ पे दिख तो रहा मेरे को कुछ अपना जियो प्लस कुछ तो होगा यार, यहाँ पे स्टार दिखा रहा है।
Look, there are lots of monsters gathered over there.
यहीं पे दिखा रहा है यार, ऊपर की साइड लग रहा है मेरे को। खत्म हो जाओ भाई, जल्दी खत्म हो जाओ। बारबरा तो क्या ही करेगी। कहाँ गया इनका जादूगर? अरे यार, इनके चमचों को मारना पड़ेगा पहले। सारे नीचे चले गए भाई। नीचे क्या कर रहे हो तुम? अबे टेलीपोर्ट मार दिया भाई, बहुत जल्दी टेलीपोर्ट मारता है। अब नहीं बचना। मार दिया भाई। भाई इसके चमचे कहाँ हैं? और आगे भाई, हद है।
Dodge this. Illusion shattered.
अबे जमा दिया अपने को। वह बहुत सारे आ गए तो
Shine down.
मैं कर रहा इनका जादूगर ही मर जाए भाई।
Don't get frostbite.
Let's light it up.
There is no escape.
अरे मैजिशियन भाई, मैजिशियन मैजिशियन, दो मैजिशियन है क्या इससे? अबे भाई
Don't
नीचे
worry,
गिरा दिया
I
अपने
got
को।
this. Off we go.
अबे यार इनका मैजिशियन, छोड़ दे भाई, छोड़
Teamwork
दे।
is dreamwork. Let's light it up. That's gonna hurt in the morning.
इसकी भाई शील्ड टूट जाए ना एक बार तो मजे आ जाएंगे।
Illusion shattered. Now you shall perish.
अबे भाई बॉडीगार्ड बन के आ रहे हैं तो।
Let's light it up.
अबे जमा दिया भाई तुमने। अब आया ना मजा, मर गया इनका जादूगर।
I'm going in. Let's light it up.
भाई बिना जादूगर कुछ भी नहीं है। अब अपने क्या करना है, सारे अपोनेंट्स क्या भाई नीचे है क्या, बचा हुआ है एक शेड।
Adventure time.
Dodge this.
Shine down.
कर दिया भाई, खत्म कर दिया।
Oh, so in the end, we still couldn't find that Abyss Herald. Bummer.
I wouldn't call not having to gaze upon such a creature a shame exactly. Still, I do believe that you will come across one eventually.
No, you're right. If it's a really powerful monster, it would be best to go around it.
How good it would be if all perils one encounters in their journeys could simply be solved by going around them. Once upon a time, yes. I simply...
You know, Dane, you keep talking about that person this and that person that. Where are they now, anyway?
She... no longer travels. I'm afraid that traveling can be too exhausting at times.
Oh, is that how it is? Well...
I still have some things left unfinished. Once they are done, I too will return home to rest.
भाई मेरे को ऐसा क्यों लग रहा है ट्रैवलर की सिस्टर को जानता है।
Yep, and it's good to have a home to come back to, isn't it? We camp out a lot when we travel. Hey, once you find your sibling, we should find a place to stay too, shouldn't we? Mondstadt's Fisherman's Toast is pretty tasty, but Liyue's One-Man restaurant is great too. Either way, we should settle down in a place where there's good food.
गुड फूड भाई, ये तो है एकदम भूखड़ अपना।
Home. Well, it won't be too late to think about where you stay once your journey reaches its end. While you're still traveling, you should...
Huh? What's familiar?
A familiar feeling, you say? It could be someone you know well, or perhaps a monster. Whichever it is, we should see it for ourselves, and thus seek... We can reach the top of that cliff from over there. Let's go.
Oh, Dane moves really fast, doesn't he? Let's use that wind current nearby to catch up.
पूरा विंड करंट वहां पे है।
Can you still sense that familiar feeling that you spoke of earlier?
But it doesn't feel like there's anything around here. No monsters, no people, nothing.
Indeed. There doesn't seem to be anything strange about this place. It doesn't look any different from the last time I was here. My traveling companion brought me here on our previous journey.
So, Dane?
Me? I no longer remember. I merely followed my traveling companion around on that journey. That's all. Huh? A ruin guard's footprint. A ruin guard was wandering around here? No peace to be found, even for a single dandelion.
भाई मेन कैरेक्टर को हमने ट्रैवलर को कुछ याद आ रहा है लग रहा है।
What's gotten into you? You were just spacing out. Huh? Yeah, but how could that be? You only touched that dandelion for a second.
Perhaps that dandelion bears some sort of scent that only you As for why, has it perhaps experienced something related to you?
You're saying some real confusing.
Do not rush. Vexation and anxiety are the enemy of rational thought. Your journey, at least you now know that she is still on this world. At this time, the most important thing is the journey to find her itself. Yes, and this is something you must keep in mind as the meaning behind your journey. May you find your kin at the end of that journey. Well then, let us part ways here for now.
Huh? You're...
Only for now. Don't worry. After all, I did take 500 more.
So 60 Primogems हमारे को मिल गए हैं यार। काफी बढ़िया रहा। 40 इससे मिल गए, 60 उससे मिल गए थे, और 20 और मिल जाएंगे अपने को। तो गाइस कितने हो गए अपने? $568 प्राइमर्स हो गए हैं यार। कहाँ है यार? वर्ल्ड क्वेस्ट है बाकी। वर्ल्ड क्वेस्ट में चल रहा था टी पोर्ट टू कॉल होम पार्ट 1। अच्छा ये वाला अपने को दे रखा होगा फिर इन्होंने। सीरियसली ब्रो, कितना और करना है भाई अपने को? मॉन्स्टर पे चलते हैं भाई। अपने को कितने प्राइमोजेम्स हो गए? अपने 100 मिल गए हैं अभी। 100 प्राइमोजेम्स हमने कलेक्ट कर लिए हैं। उससे पहले अभी हमने किए थे, कितने किए थे? 40 या 50 अराउंड अचीवमेंट से मिल गए थे यार अपने को।
Ad Astra Abyssosk.
अरे यार,
Ad
अपने
Astra
क्लेम
Abyssosk.
वो करना था
Well,
ना, कमीशन।
thank you for
20 और मिल गए अपने को। यार टीपोट वाला अपने को करना पड़ेगा लग रहा है। फिशिंग रोड के लिए यार अपना फिर रेडन का वेपन निकल जाएगा ना उसमें। दो तो हमने किए थे यार। चलो भाई टीपोट वाला करते हैं यार। दो दो लोकेशन कौन सा दिखा रहा है ये? जेड चैम्बर राइजिंग, ये जेड चैम्बर राइजिंग वाला ही है क्या? मैंने इसमें यार कर दिया था। चलो भाई चलते हैं। कहाँ दिखाएगा ये? ये है ना, मैं आर्कोन क्वेस्ट का देख रहा था। प्राइमोस कितने हैं? प्राइमोस यार अपने पास अभी कितने हो गए हैं? 568 प्राइमोस हो गए हैं और अपने पास 11 पुल्स अभी हैं और 593 हो गए हैं। अभी 150 तो अभी किए हैं यार, अभी जस्ट।
The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory.
पुल करने लग रहे होगे स्कर्क के लिए। अबे किस साइड है भाई ये? मैं ऊपर से उड़ के जाऊंगा भाई, नीचे से नहीं। अच्छा, मेन अकाउंट में पुल नहीं करे हुए। यार मूवी का भी आएगी ना, लेकिन मैं सोच रहा है मेरे से मूवी का मतलब चलाई नहीं जाती, इसलिए अभी इसको निकाल लेता हूँ। डबल एस में आड़े तीनों को निकालूंगा।
Ah, children, come. You've arrived at just the right moment. I've been looking for you.
Oh, what is it, Granny? Need a...
Oh, no.
यार स्वॉर्ड
You've
फाइटर है
done
ना, तो
so
मेरे को
much for
स्वॉर्ड सही
Liyue
लगती है
Harbor
फाइट करने में।
already. I could hardly... In fact, my old friends and
और
I
अभी
have been
जैसे कि
putting our
मतलब
heads
सब
together to
डीपीएस
think of
मेरे
what
पास है ना,
sort of gift we might give you in
विदाउट
return.
फुरिना एंड एस्को। फिर
A gift? From
उसके साथ यार ये दूसरे नहीं चल जाएंगे क्या मेरे पास, जैसे कि बेनेट है और ये ओरोरोन है और रेडन है डीपीएस में, सब डीपीएस में मतलब।
Oh, child, you are so very modest. When you traversed my old teapot in search of the cleansing bell, that simply won't do. Especially since I imagine
हाइड्रो
you
एंड
still
क्रायो
have a
टीम।
very long journey ahead of you. Fortunately, I have not yet grown so old as to see my
अच्छा,
subspace
मतलब कि पूरी
creation
टीम बनती है यार वो
abilities
सेम एलिमेंट
atrophy.
से बनती है क्या, मतलब सिमिलर, जैसे ही जो वो करते हैं एक दूसरे से मैच करते हैं। हाइड्रो हो गया, क्रायो हो गया, और पायरो और इलेक्ट्रो हो गया।
Oh, did my friends never mention that to you? Well then, it is a blessing we old folks once received from Rex Lapis, part of our illumination, if you will. I will not go into too much detail, but subspace creation is the teapot that you entered previously was a little trinket created using that ability.
So, in the eyes of an adeptus, creating a magic teapot world is just child's play, huh?
Oh, indeed, but that's enough nostalgia for now. The gift that I have prepared for you just requires a few final materials to add the finishing touch.
That's right! Finding stuff's what we're good at, after all.
मूवी का ज्यादा मुश्किल है स्कर्क को यूज करना। ट्रायल में तो ठीक ही चल रही थी यार, पता नहीं अब मैं क्या ही कहूँ। मूवी का
Oh,
पुल कर लूंगा यार
settle
मैं।
down now, children. There's no need. What's more, I doubt that you would know how to find the materials I am searching for. Some of them are very rare indeed these days. Well, for starters, I require some shimmer soil from the banks of deep. You would have to dig downward, following the roots of the glazed lilies, and if you were lucky enough,
अगर यार
you just
रेडन की
might
बनाते
find
हैं
a
तो उसके लिए
small
अपने पास
patch of
सही टीम
shimmer
है।
soil there. But almost no one has been able to find shimmer soil in this manner since Dihua Marsh came to be the way it is today.
एलिमेंटल स्किल पहले उसकी नेटलन स्किल को एक्टिवेट करती है। यार वो बाई की तो नहीं चलाई जा रही उसमें।
Even more difficult to find is Smaragdus jadeite, which must be chiseled from the rock of the chasm. Or so it used to be.
चलो तो यार
Ever
मूवी का
since the
निकाल लूंगा।
Blackcliff Forge opened for business,
दोनों नहीं
they've
निकाल सकता क्या मैं?
slowly but surely stripped the mines all but completely bare of it. In any case, Smaragdus jadeite is an adepti treasure, and the adeptal power within is not something that most humans can withstand. Extended contact with it is, in fact, harmful to humans. Goodness knows if that child will succeed in finding these items.
अगले बैनर पे आएगी ना यार मूवी का, तो अभी तो स्कर्क है। लेकिन फिर ग्राइंड ज्यादा चाहिए होगी।
Well, since you're an Adeptus, Granny, the person you asked for help, they must be an Adeptus too, right?
Yes. I suppose she does count as an Adeptus.
She counts? How come
अपने
there are
पास
so many
सोजो थी
Adepti
ना
in
यार।
Liyue Harbor? We seem to
सोजो
bump
क्या,
into them all the time.
सोजो करके आती है ना,
You're
जो
like
रेडन के
evenly
साथ
bond
बताते हैं मेरे को,
to
रेडन
You
के
could be
साथ सही
sitting next
रहती
to
है।
an Adeptus and never even know
लेकिन
it.
ये इनमें सो तो करते नहीं यार, सोजो।
Oh, maybe so. Who can say? A fair few of my old friends are rather fond of mundane mortal life, after all.
I'm back, Granny. Oh, I don't believe we've met.
Ah, allow me to do the honors. This child here is Yen Fei. She's the one helping run some errands for Yen Fei. I believe you already heard of the traveler and his
Of course, who hasn't? Much has been written about you in the Millilith's records. You became one of Liyue's most wanted after the Millilith marked you as a suspect following before finally defeating an ancient god
कोई नहीं यार,
together with
देखेंगे।
Granny and her associates, and subsequently being cleared of any and all suspicion by the Chising. What a shame. A shame that we didn't meet
लेकिन भाई
sooner.
इतने तो पुल मेरे को लगता नहीं अपने हो भी पाएंगे।
If we
अभी
had,
कितने,
well, I
20 हो
can't
जाएंगे,
say that I would have been able
30
to
हो
clear
जाएंगे,
you of suspicion
40 हो
immediately,
जाएंगे।
but it certainly would have been less. Allow me to introduce myself once more. I'm Yenfei, a legal advisor. Got a legal problem? You can come right to me. Oh, yes, here's my business card. You'll find it has my contact details and office address. Keep it handy.
भाई जिस तरह
If
से
you have an
बिजनेस कार्ड
urgent
देने लग
issue,
रहे हैं ना,
just leave me a note at
मेरे
this
को लग रहा
address.
है भाई
Oh, and I
कंपनी
almost
में
forgot
काम
to
कर रहा है
mention,
कोई बंदा,
I offer a very
बिजनेस
generous
कार्ड
discount
शेयर
for
करने लग
first-time
रहा है।
customers.
All right, Yen Fei, all right. Let's get to the business at hand. I do not think these two are in any dire need of legal assistance at the moment. You'll have to excuse Yen Fei. She's always been like this, ever the talkative one when it comes to her own affair.
Paimon was gonna ask the same question. You seem really different from the ones we've met before.
An Adeptus? I guess. Kinda. My old man said he was one anyway. He mentioned that he once campaigned with Rex Lapis for a long old time, and then after that was all over, he went back and married my mom. They had me, and once I was all grown up, the two of them upped and left on a journey, leaving me with Granny here.
Well, that's a bit casual for an Adeptus. Aren't you guys supposed to sign solemn contracts to protect Liyue Harbor and all that stuff? What do you mean he just went back to get married?
Well, my dad did say that he'd talked it through with Rex Lapis, and that he was fine with it. Even Anyway, let's not dwell on that too much. So, Granny, I've gotten a hold of most of the stuff you asked for.
Is that so? But Smaragdus jadeite is really rather essential. Yenfei, are you sure you can't find some other way? They have helped Liyue
भाई 90 अगर
greatly after all.
जरूरी होता है क्या
It is only
90
right
पहुंचे,
that they
80 या
are duly
90
rewarded.
निकालने के लिए हर एक में। इसमें 50 पे निकल गया और फिर अगले में हम 90 तक पुल करने की कोशिश करें तो कैसा होगा?
I know, Granny, you've told me 1,000 times already. Well, the chasm's definitely a no-go, but there's still a chance we can figure out some alternative means of... Hold on a moment. Let me have a look.
मेरा यार रेडन का देखा था ना, पिछला कितने पे निकला था, 85 ऐसे कुछ निकला था, तो इस बार कम पे निकलना चाहिए ना यार।
Whoa, that's a really thick book. What kind of things do you write in there?
Commercial consultancy. Or Snezhnaya. Ah, found him. Crossel. A Snezhnayan merchant who once came to me with some legal queries on... He mentioned that he was considering acquiring some Smaragdus jadeite to make hairpins,
भाई
and wanted to know if there were any legal
किस्मत होनी चाहिए यार
ramifications that
अपनी
he should be aware of. Said he was planning
50
to
तक
sell
मिल
them in
जाए ना
Snezhnaya.
अभी अगर
So,
स्कर्क
I guess I'll go look
और
for
फिर
him.
मूवी का
With
निकालूं
any
तो मैं
luck,
पुल
he'll have
करने
gotten
की
his
कोशिश
hands on some
करूंगा
Smaragdus
70 80 तक
jadeite,
आराम
or
से
might have an idea of where we can find some. Oh, you want to join me? I suppose that's no problem, but it's best if you just stand by and watch. If you try to get involved, you'll only risk placing yourself in legal jeopardy.
Wow, an Adeptus imploring us to avoid incurring legal liability. Well, that's a first for sure.
अडेप्टिस होके भाई बिजनेस है बिजनेस वूमन बन रखी है
Best we be a little more careful than usual while we're with her.
100 पुल में निकली थी कोई नहीं हम निकालेंगे भाई निकालेंगे हम भी निकालते हैं अभी यार अगर मैं मूवी का पुल करूंगा तो अपने पास कैरेक्टर कोई कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री बताओ उसके साथ यूज करने के लिए कौन सा है साथ में हम जो यूज कर सकते हैं
Why do they have to give me that transfer?
Hello, Mr. Crossell. How's business been?
Oh, good, very good. All thanks to your advice, Miss Yanfei. What
कैरेक्टर
brings
हैं
you here today?
हाँ भाई थोड़े बहुत तो है ना
You're too kind. I was simply doing my job.
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, in the end I did acquire a small piece of Smaragdus jadeite and had it fashioned into a pair of hairpins. Miss Yanfei, might I presume that you have an interest in the hairpins? I must apologize, I've already rented them out to a lady named Zhi Qiao. If you'd like to inspect them, you may have to wait quite some time.
Wait, isn't Smaragdus jadeite really rare? Aren't you worried about the hairpins getting damaged or lost while they're being rented out?
No, I'm not worried in the slightest, because I signed a contract with Miss Zhi Qiao. The contract makes it quite clear that if she loses or damages the item in question, she must compensate me for its full original value. In return, I included a clause that guarantees the Smaragdus jadeite is genuine, with a penalty of 10 times the item's value payable by me to Miss Zhi Qiao in the event that it is shown to be a fake.
Guaranteed genuine, with 10 times the value payable if this claim is shown to be false.
Of course. This way, both the client and I have the assurance we need. To ensure fairness, each of us has retained an original copy of the contract.
In that case, might you know where Miss Xiaochao lives? We'd like to pay her a visit and have a look at...
Oh, of course. She wrote her address down when we signed our contract. Here, I'll mark it on your map for you.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Crossell. We'll be off now.
चलो भाई टी पोर्ट टू द कोल पार्ट 1 यहाँ पे तो है ही नहीं भाई जिनचाओ कोई भी हायर दिखा रहा था यार वो तो दिखा तो इसी में रहा है यार ऊपर से आना पड़ेगा क्या अपने को हाँ ये दिखा रहा है भाई सबसे ऊपर टंगे रहते हैं ये अरे यहीं पे तो था पेपर मैंने देखा था अच्छा ऊपर से भी आ सकते हैं क्या? अबे भाई 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 गिर मत। अबे यार क्यों भाई क्यों गिरा? यहीं से बात करेगी अब अंदर भी नहीं देगी?
Whatever shall
नहीं
I
पहुंच गए।
do? Yes, that's me. Is there something I can help you with?
How do you do, Mr. Chow? We understand from Mr. Crossell that you recently rented a pair of hairpins from him. My associates and I are very interested in them. Would you mind letting us take a look at them?
The hairpins? I can't lend them to you right now. I've lost them. I don't know how it could have happened. I always kept them right by my side, and I hadn't even worn them yet. I spent so much money on them. If I have to pay their original my family is in the ore business too, but business has been suffering ever since the chasm was sealed off. We now have a backlog of paid-up orders just sitting around, so we've been having to purchase some stock from other ore merchants to complete them. A big banquet is coming up in a few days, and several ore merchants I know of will be there. I need this opportunity to mingle and discuss prices. That's what the hairpins were for, well, to keep up appearances. I can't have them looking down on me. But now that I've lost the hairpins, what will I...
Why does Paimon have a sudden strong sense of déjà vu?
Would you really? I sent a commission to the Adventurers Guild, but I haven't heard anything back from them yet.
Hold on. Don't run off looking for the hairpins just yet. Mr. Chow, would you let me have a look at the rental contract you signed?
Huh? Well, I mean, sure.
Let me see.
That's right! Yanfei said she's a legal advisor, didn't she? Maybe she can help Jichao somehow. True. Though surely there must be a win-win solution.
Right. I finished reading the contract. The terms are very clear, and they do indeed stipulate that you must pay Mr. Crossell the original value of the hairpins as compensation for the loss. Furthermore, the contract also expressly states that the amount of compensation must take current market prices into account. And given the rarity of Smaragdus Jadeite, I fear that the final amount of compensation may end up being significantly higher.
Even higher? Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Jichao looks like she's about to faint.
However, all of this is assuming that it is indeed genuine Smaragdus Jadeite that was inlaid.
Did you really have to pause before saying that part? Anyway, the hairpins are lost, so whichever way you look at it, we've got to start by finding those hairpins.
पूछो भाई
Except that if
पूछो
we found the
होता भाई
hairpins,
बता तो
there'd
रहे
no
हैं
longer be any need to check whether the Jadeite is genuine, would there?
Seems right.
Please, don't trouble you. However much it is, I will have to pay it.
यार मैं कर रहा हूँ स्कर्क और रेडन ये स्कर्क और मोवी का दोनों निकाल दूँ.
Now that it's come to this, I really shouldn't keep Crossell in the dark any longer. I'll go in.
Yes, legally speaking, it seems this is the most sensible course of action. But before that, I have some questions about the hairpins. So hold on a moment, Mr. Chow. When you first touched the hairpins, what did you feel?
What did I feel? Well, I remember that my family has seen much jade pass through its hands in the past.
Smooth to the touch. Finest quality jade. No, it's nothing. I just need to re-examine a few things. Let's head over to Mr. Crossell's.
किस्मत को ज्यादा ही खराब चल रही थी भाई की.
Ah, Miss Yanfei, you returned. With Miss Jichao in tow, too, I see. how are the hairpins?
भाई चिंता
I
मत कर,
trust you're quite
मेरा लक भी
satisfied
ऐसा
with
ही है
them?
यार। 85 में निकली थी अपनी रेडन, अभी देखते हैं यार स्कर्क कितने पे निकलेगी।
About that.
You lost them? Are you serious? Do you have any idea how expensive they were?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Truly, I am. I'll pay the compensation.
Mora! Do you have any idea what I had to go through to get my hands on that Smaragdus I just don't... Forget it. Talking won't bring them back. Since Miss
75
Yanfei is
में
here, I suppose that
75
you just
में
have
कहाँ
her
यार,
estimate the
85 में,
amount that needs to
75
be
में थोड़ी ना
paid.
थी। मजाक कर रहे हो क्या यार? 70 तक तो मैंने पुल किए थे, 70 के बाद 75। हाँ यार 75 में निकली थी भाई। मैनेजर भाई वो तो भाई को ज्यादा पता है मेरे से ज्यादा।
No problem. But before I can give an official estimate,
अरे
I'll need to do a
भाई
little market research. Ah, yes.
मैं
And if I
पिछली बार
may
कर
just
रहा था ना,
confirm
70
again,
में 70 हो गए हैं भाई, निकले नहीं अभी
it
तक।
was in
हाँ
fact
76 में
genuine
फिर सिंगल
Smaragdus
पुल किए
jadeite
थे हमने।
inlaid into the hairpins, correct?
Of course! Genuine article guaranteed, or I pay back 10 times the value.
फिर भी काफी आ ही गया था, 80 तक मतलब कर रहे थे हम
All
तो।
right, understood. I'll conduct some market research, and once I'm back, I'll provide an official assessment of the sum owed by Mr. Chow in compensation.
Thank you very much. How could she lose my hairpins? She'd better pay every last mora that they're worth.
Looks like I'll have to find some way to raise that money.
Please wait, Mr. Chow. I have something to discuss with you. It's not convenient to speak here, so let's find somewhere that we can...
कोई नहीं यार, अपने को देखते हैं अभी कितने में मिलता है। स्कर्क के लिए हो गए हैं अपने पास 15, अभी पुल करें क्या? एक यार इसके और कर लेते हैं, अपने पास ये भी है ना। कहाँ गया यार? 4 है ना। स्टार ग्लिटर मिल जाएगा अपने को, एक्सचेंज कर लेंगे इसके बाद। अरे रुक जा भाई। बेनेट भाई इसी से निकल गया था मेरा। बेनेट तो निकल जाता है इससे। 4 स्टार ही है ना, या 5 है? वही घटिया चीज है, कैरेक्टर नहीं निकला, लास्ट है भाई। निकल जा भाई, कैरेक्टर निकल जा यार कोई। ए भगवान। भाई क्या किस्मत है यार। ब्लू स्टार है तो 3 स्टार, पर्पल स्टार है तो 4 स्टार है। अच्छा, कलर से पहचान करते हैं भाई। चलो भाई सीधे 10 पुल कर रहे हैं। कितने चांसेस है भाई 10 इसमें निकले?
Welcome, weary traveler from
कैंडिस
afar.
निकली है 4 स्टार।
Nights in the desert are cruel. You should rest here.
ब्लड टेंटेड ग्रेट स्पोर्ट। हाइड्रो का निकला यार अपने पास। मास्टरलेस स्टारडस्ट क्या करेंगे भाई इतनी मास्टरलेस। एक बार प्राइमो से परचेज कर लेते हैं। कितने होंगे अपने? बस 3 4 हो गए ना।
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of
चल भाई
constant
4 तो हो
motion.
गए अपने पास। बाकी
I stand
स्पाइरल है
before
इससे
it,
करेंगे यार।
alone and unchanging.
और अभी जो क्वेस्ट चल रही है अपनी बची हुई हैं काफी, तो उनमें अच्छे खासे मिल जाएंगे रिवॉर्ड्स। भाई ये कौन सा है कि ये चल रहा था इवेंट में, ये वाला एनेक्डोट रिवॉर्ड्स, इसमें क्या करना है यार अपने को? अपने को तो यार बेनेट बहुत जल्दी मिल गया था। ये लोगों से बात करनी है। कहाँ पे बात करें यार इन पे जाके? अच्छा ये चैप्टर एक्ट 2 बता रहा है, स्टोरी क्वेस्ट चैप्टर 4 एक्ट 5। यार ये स्पॉइलर देगा क्या? मैप ही कहाँ है भाई अपना? अभी तो मैप ही नहीं किया भाई, देख ले मैप देखो भाई। फाउंटेन का है वो।
Miss Yanfei, what is this about? Are you here to tell me how
भाई
much
कौन
I
सा
owe?
फाउंटेन बता रहे हो?
No. What I wanted to talk about is there is a chance that the Orin laid on those hairpins may
7
not be
अच्छा
Smaragdus
7
jadeite
वो बता
after
रहे हो
all.
क्या?
What do you mean? Are you implying that you already sneaked off and found them?
Obviously not. I'm no adventurer, let alone a member of the guild. I don't run thankless, time-consuming errands for a living. I don't know if Granny told you this, but Smaragdus jadeite is found deep underground and contains very concentrated elemental energy. If mere mortals come into contact with it, well, they'll be sick in the best case. And in the worst case, Mr. Chow, did you at any time feel unwell while the hairpins were in your possession?
No, not at all. I felt perfectly fine the whole time.
Now that is strange. If I've deduced correctly, he may still have the Smaragdus jadeite.
If that's the case, we should go confront him right now and expose—
Absolutely not. If we were to confront him now, there's no way he would admit to it. Eventually, and then he'd throw the Smaragdus jadeite into the sea. After that, he would simply insist that Mr. Chow pay up per the contract. Meanwhile, we would have to look under every stone in Liyue, hoping and praying that the hairpins do actually still exist
So vivid that Paimon thinks it might—
Oh, it certainly is. I've seen my fair share of situations like this, and brute force methods are certainly one way of resolving—
Well then, since you're so experienced in dealing with problems like this, perhaps you could help me, Miss Yunfei.
Oh, that won't be a problem. But first, Mr. Chow, could I ask you to please sign this contract?
Huh? Does there have to
पूरी
be a
बिजनेस वूमन है
contract
भाई,
for
कॉन्ट्रैक्ट साइन
everything?
करवा रही।
Paimon can't even keep track. It feels like Yanfei is even more concerned with them than a certain someone else.
These are my formal terms of engagement. Everything prior to now has just been pro bono advice. But for me to investigate any further, I require a written contract. Any work commissioned but not bound by a contract cannot be relied upon.
I understand. Then I will be glad to place this matter into your capable hands.
No problem. Just sign here, and I'll sign too. Okay. Now write your address here, and then sign on this page as well.
वाह भाई।
And I'll also need your signatures on pages 5, 7, and on the very last page.
भाई कोई बैंक का
Finally, if you could
डॉक्यूमेंट
just
फिल
use this
करवा
ink
रही
pad
है।
to make a handprint over here.
This contract has so many pages. Paimon's all out of brain juice again.
ब्रेन जूस खाने के लिए पड़ रहा था भाई इसको तो।
All right, that should do it. My fees are the same as always, and they're written in the contract. Have a look through and let me know if you have any questions.
I've had a read through. Everything checks out.
Well then, here's your copy of the contract. I will retain the other copy. Not for now, no. Despite how intractable this problem might sound, it will actually be quite straightforward to resolve, once we've got some things squared away. I don't believe you have been part of an investigation like this before, in which case, hopefully this should be quite the experience.
Miss Yunfei, I have to ask, why are you helping me?
Because, as it
हाँ
happens,
भाई को रिच
I'm
बनना
currently trying to
है।
acquire some Smaragdus Jadeite myself. I noticed strong traces of geo-energy around Mr. Crossel, so perhaps he has, in fact, secured some. Whether he actually made it into an
Business-minded
item of
people.
jewelry or not is a separate matter. But either way, it's a lead. As long... Also, the idea of someone abusing the law to their advantage, I won't stand for it. But again, let's not dwell on this. Let's go to... Ah, I've
आर
got it.
कॉन्क्वेस्ट हो गया।
Let's pay a visit to Shito. If Mr. Crossel had his ore
आर
worked on at
कॉन्क्वेस्ट हो
all...
गया भाई। उससे फाइट भी हो गई अपनी चाइल्ड से। ये देख लो भाई, आर कॉन्क्वेस्ट का अपना कहाँ पे गया, रुक जाओ। ये देखो भाई, आर कॉन्क्वेस्ट अपना हो गया, चैप्टर एक्ट 1 आ गया। एक्ट 3 तक कंप्लीट कर दिया वो हमने, पिछला वाला। ट्रेन रिटर्न्स ऑन द विंग, ये आ गया, विंड आ गया। वर्ल्ड क्वेस्ट अभी कर रहा हूँ ना, टी पोर्ट वाला। ये टी पोर्ट टू कॉल होम पार्ट 1 अभी तो बता रहे हैं इसमें। ऐसे नहीं कह रहा भाई कि दोनों पुल कर लूंगा।
Why, hello there, honored customers. Well,
सारे खत्म करूंगा तो हो जाएंगे।
surely not more spurious claims that my jade betting is rigged and no one can ever win. Oh, I swear on all that is sacred.
No, nothing of the sort. Has a Snezhnine merchant named Crossel enlisted your ore processing services recently by any chance?
A Snezhnayan merchant named Crossel, you say? I do remember that. That was the first time I'd ever encountered it, so I had no way of telling if it was really Smaragdus Jadeite or not. But he was quite generous with his money, too, so I didn't give it too much thought. I processed the...
बिल्कुल भाई
Do you
बिल्कुल।
have any leftover debris from your work on it?
Why, yes. It was my first time encountering...
Thank you, sir. We'll take a look at them.
दो नहीं भाई, पिछले में रेडन पुल करिए। मैं 3 बैनरों में लगातार कंटिन्यूअसली पुल करने, मतलब पुल कर रहा हूँ। अबे यहीं तो है डिब्रीज।
Try your luck betting on Jade?
my eyes don't deceive me, the cross sections and patterning suggest that
क्या क्या कहना
these are
चाहते हो भाई?
Smaragdus nephrite shade. Yes, it's not particularly rare, nor I've heard it said that Smaragdus nephrite is in fact the outer layer of Smaragdus jadeite, though no one's ever proved.
A thin layer of separation, huh?
If you must see for yourself, try examining these shavings for traces of elemental energy. Smaragdus...
Is that so? Well, we might as well give elemental sight a shot. So, did you find anything? So they really are different. But wait, how come Jitao was able to tell what it was just by looking at the shards? That's pretty awesome.
There's nothing special to it. It just so happens that I've come across a great many of these in my time. These two stones actually look very similar. Someone without a deep understanding of them would find it very difficult. There may be only a subtle difference for the casual viewer, but that, and I'm sure, a significant...
All right, let's focus up. We're going off...
But never mind, sure.
भाई बहुत चल रहा है ये तो लंबा इसका मेरे को लगा नहीं था
unusual
इतना लंबा
reasons
चलेगा
behind
वर्ल्ड
them.
फेस्ट भाई आर्कोन भी मेरे को छोटा लगता है
Miss Yenfei? Might I be so bold as to inquire,
If you could just confirm for me once more, sir. Mr. Crossell did indeed claim that the ore he brought to your store was in fact Smaragdus jadeite, did he not?
Yes, that's right. I still have a record of the job with me, in fact.
Then I have no further questions. But could I borrow the processing record and the stone?
Of course. But might I ask why you need them?
Oh, I have my reasons. Ah, yes. Please sign here on this affidavit. This document shall serve as signed proof that these stone shavings originated from the, ore that
she is
Mr.
making
Crossell brought to
even
your store.
sign in
Please read it
affidavit
carefully.
affidavit तक sign करा रही है
Yes, I see. Forgive me for asking again, Miss Yanfei, but might I know the nature of the incident on this occasion?
I wouldn't say there's been an incident, just a minor issue. Thank you, sir. I'll take these with...
With this hard evidence to back us up, Crossell won't dare try to deny what he did.
On the contrary, this is far from sufficient to build a case. We need to find something a little more... If you want to make jewelry, you need a professional jewelsmith. Let me think. Jewelry. Aha! Got it! Singxi. She often helps people to find a jewelsmith. Let's go pay her a visit.
Well, that was quick. How come you know so many people?
Because lots of people come to me for legal advice every day. As you know, Liyue Harbor is the city of contracts. And contracts, well, I should say laws, are very important to us. But the amendments made by the Tianquan to our laws are unnecessarily complicated. How can I put this? It just seems like they're hard to understand and impossible to finish. As such, legal advisors like myself provide quite the popular service indeed.
So you help them make sense of the law.
But yes, well, that's no obstacle because I've memorized all the legal codices.
You memorized them?
You sound surprised. Knowing the law inside out is a legal advisor's bread and butter, you know? Oh, this has nothing to do with being an adeptus. I just like reading things.
Again, with that casual tone.
Well, that's that then. Let's go look for Singxi.
भाई सबसे पढ़ी लिखी एडेप्टिस लग रही है Oh shit, bro.
Miss Yenfei, it's you. Has something happened? Did the client from last time,
Have no further trouble from then on? Yes, of course. Has a merchant by the name of Crossel asked you to put him in contact with a jewelsmith recently?
Krosel? Yes, I remember him. He's a merchant from Snezhnaya, no? The design of the hairpins that he gave me was quite intricate, so it took me some work to find someone who was up to the job. This order was on hold for a very long time, and only completed quite recently, which is why I remember it so well.
Doesn't seem like there's any evidence to be found here.
Miss Inksy, I'd like for you to confirm for me once more. When Mr. Crossel commissioned you to find him a jewelsmith, did he or did he not assert that the material he presented to you that day was called Smaragdus Jadeite?
Yes, I'm sure of it. The hairpins were made using many expensive materials, and the asking price was quite high, so Mr. Krosel wasn't very familiar with the necessary procedures, so I filed it on his behalf. I also kept a copy for my own records. See for yourself, the inlaid gemstone is recorded as...
Thank you, Sinksy. Now, could you let me borrow this document?
Sure, it isn't serving much purpose here anyway.
कैरेक्टर ट्रायल
I take it
हायर
then
कर
that
दिया।
there's been some more...
Nothing you need to worry about. Just a
स्कर्क का
minor
ट्रायल
issue.
किया था ना मैंने, उसमें पूरा नहीं किया है लेकिन लग रहा है। हाँ भाई पूरा नहीं
I
किया है, अभी
believe we have
करने
almost all
बाकी
the
है।
evidence we need. We
3
just need to make
कैरेक्टर्स का
one
करना
last
बाकी है, 2 का
trip.
किया
Let's
था
go to
मैंने।
Boo Boo Pharmacy to speak with Dr. Baiju.
The weirdo with the snake?
Because only he
कल
can,
करेंगे
once
यार,
we have
उसको
this
कल
final
करेंगे
piece
फिर।
of evidence in our hands, we can wrap this case up.
स्कर्क मिली? अरे नहीं यार अभी नहीं मिली है। कहाँ पर जाना है भाई अब अपने को? टॉक टू बाइजू। भाई किसमें बता रहे यार? जेड चैम्बर राइजिंग। ब्रो मजाक मत करना, अब नो मत कहना आर्कोन क्वेस्ट करनी है भाई। तीस पुल्स में स्कर्क मिली, क्या बात है भाई। किस्मत भाई भाई। अपने को यार इस पे जाना पड़ेगा, पता नहीं था भाई यार, कौन क्वेस्ट का भी करना पड़ेगा, लफड़ा फंस जाता है भाई हर बार बीच में। गलती स्टार्ट हो गई थी, हम तो गए भी नहीं।
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
अब यार ट्रायल करते हैं इसका, पहले आर्कोन क्वेस्ट देखते हैं, उसके बाद टेस्ट रन। लेकिन इनमें प्राइमोज तो मिल नहीं रहे यार, प्राइमोज वाले तो कर लिए हमने दोनों। यही मिलेगा इसमें तो। भाई आर्कोन क्वेस्ट का करना ही पड़ेगा अपने को।
They're not here. Let's keep looking.
स्टार्ट करके छोड़ रखा था भाई इसको।
Well, will you look at that, ma'am? Nowhere left to run.
Don't worry, we're not bad guys. You give us some Mora, we give you a little info. Everybody's a winner.
Boss, I got a bad feeling about this. Look at her, the white hair, the energy she gives off. I'm telling you, there's something different about her.
So what? She's loaded. How are we ever going to repay those?
I've already told you.
भाई को
I
सारे
don't
पुल
need your
करनी है
information. If you still can't grasp that...
Come on, ma'am. You seem
भाई
like an
ऐसा कोई
intelligent
जादू हो
lady.
जाए तो मेरे को बताना
I
भाई
shouldn't have to It's not about whether you need the info or not, okay?
I won't...
No more excuses! Yeah, I saw you. Strolling into Leo Lee Pavilion, ordering a table full of... Then she knew a kiosk, then Wan Min restaurant. Same story each time. You order all the signature dishes, take a... How could you afford to be so wasteful if you weren't from a rich family? And since you're so rich, what's the loss to you in giving us a little...
Master warned me not to lay a hand on anyone in Leo, but here we are. Perhaps...
Boss, I'm telling you something.
What are you afraid of? We're just selling information. It's not illegal. If she lays a finger on us, all the better. We'll sue her for everything she's worth.
Oh, you again.
The Millilith? What are the Millilith doing here? Did you do this?
Silence! How dare you threaten innocent civilians? You're coming with...
No, don't be angry, sir.
Shenhe.
Shenhe?
My name.
Oh, so your name's Shenhe. Paimon's name is... well, Paimon. And...
I've heard about you two before. Thank you for helping to defuse the situation. I could have dealt with it myself, though. I suspect smashing his head against the ground a handful of times is all it would have taken to get him to surrender.
You can't do that. That's way too violent. This is Liyue Harbor. There are laws against that kind of stuff, you know.
पाइमॉन भी लॉज जानता है भाई
Laws?
फॉलो नहीं करता लेकिन
No, apparently not.
Really? So how exactly have you...
That would be my stomach growling. I haven't eaten enough.
She's so honest. Wait, that's right. They said you went around all the restaurants ordering this and that and the other, but only took a small bite of each thing. Then of course you're still hungry. So...
Chingson, glaze lily, violet grass. These are my usuals. Medicinal herbs?
Kinda hard to explain. Anyway, Boo Pharmacy's not far away. Let's take Shen. After all, you can't work on an empty stomach. Do you think Shen...
अब भी अपने को वही दिखाएगा क्या इसमें हाँ अब भी दिखा रहा है कैरेक्टर इन्वॉल्व
Seems like it's her first time in Liyue Harbor, and she doesn't seem to get how things work.
Are you here to buy some herbs? I do hope you brought your prescription.
Chingson, glaze lily, and violet grass, please. Half a pound of each.
What kind of prescription is this? Sounds more like a lunch order. Oh, here you go.
Thank you.
She's really...
My hunger has now abated. Thank you. Rather awful. Though they were not completely devoid of sweet fragrance. After consuming a large quantity of them, bitterness is all that remains.
So, how come you chow down on these and barely touch the restaurant food? If Paimon had enough Mora, Paimon would go to the fanciest restaurant in town and order a whole table of food and eat it all in one go.
Because I'm not sure whether I will remain here in the future.
किस्मत भाई.
The food of the mortal realm is most delicious, but should I return
कुछ
to the
ज्यादा ही
mountains, yearning, sampling
ज्यादा हो
each
गया
dish
भाई.
in order to appreciate it?
Return to the
पता चल जाएगा लेकिन यार अभी
proves it.
भाई भी पुल करने जा रहा है अभी.
Enough about me.
कितनी
What are
किस्मत
your
सही है.
plans from here?
Oh, right! Paimon almost forgot! We came out to take part in the Rebuild the Jade Chamber competition!
कोई नहीं यार.
And
फेंकने तो भाई फेंकने तो क्या ही फर्क पड़ेगा यार.
because we...
I see. I heard something about the contest when I was passing by.
Yep! You get to ask Ningguang any question you want if you win! Were you interested in the contest too, Shinha?
I came for the rebuilding of the Jade Chamber. However, you have shown me your kindness, and I would now like to lend you my assistance. Oh, don't worry.
Wow! You really don't have to. But having an Adeptus help out will make things a whole lot easier, so...
Then let's not delay. I have a plan.
अरे भाई वो तो अभी एक बंदा आया था मेरे को लग रहा है देख के चला गया. ये लैब में डिलीट वाला भी डिलीट कर दो.
I am not sure whether or to what extent this plan can be classified as awesome. I
अरे
do, however, believe it will be
प्रूफ
highly effective.
हाँ अब सही है. ऊपर वाला भी डिलीट करो भाई.
We simply need to dispose of everyone who is
सुराग छोड़
currently
रहे हो
ahead of
तुम.
us.
Mito! That is not acceptable! Not
प्लीज उसको फॉलो करते हुए आ जाएगा बंदा.
Really? But I hear that competition is in
अरे
essence
अरे
about conflict
ये
and one-upmanship.
अरे ये वाला तो नहीं किया. मैं ये मैसेज डिलीट कर देता हूँ. आएगा और ये देखेगा तो ऑफेंड हो जाएगा.
Square, okay? Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Cores, and Adepti Sigils. Let's start at the top of the list and work down.
I was wondering who I could hear arguing over there. So...
शाबाश.
Baishu, what are you doing out here?
आ गया भाई 22 जो आ गया.
Lady Ningguang wishes to purchase a large batch of wound dressing. We're running low at the store, so I
ले
came out
भाई
to
नाइट
fetch the
बोट और आ गया.
ingredients.
Huh? How come Lady Ningguang needs so much wound dressing?
I'm not too sure. I did hear she's looking to rebuild the Jade Chamber. Oh, and she also
अरे
borrowed
हटाया ही
Chi-Chi.
नहीं इसको भाई. ये
Meaning
गायब
Boo Boo
रहता है.
Farm.
No, we've got other stuff to do.
आजकल बंदे आ नहीं रहे यार पता नहीं.
Ah, the variety of plostrite used in the
ये
Jade
नाइट बोट भी नहीं
Chamber,
आता फिर.
yes? There is, as far as the records show, virtually all Sunset Vermilionite in existence has been mined and taken possession of.
Okay then, let's go ask at the Feiyun Commerce Guild. Thanks, Baiju.
You're quite welcome. Good luck to you all. And if there's anything further you need from me, just come
यही
to the
भगा रहा
Boo
होगा.
Pharmacy.
ऐसा तो अरे ऐसे थोड़ा ना होगा भाई. कितने चैनल्स पे लगा रहता है. एलियन वाला इमोजी टू भाई रिटर्न में लिख रहा है अब तो. भाई नाइट बोट का खौफ वो तो भाई लिखने लग गया अब तो. एलियन वाला इमोजी टू एक्स.
Master Xingqiu, thank goodness you're finally back.
Oh? Why do I detect an urgency in your voice?
The guild has had a whole string of strange orders in recently. Everyone's been completely caught off guard. Your father gave me specific instructions to ask you to stay and help out if I happen to see you.
I see.
सूरज भाई आ गए क्या भाई? बारिश हो रही है?
Oh, how wonderful. Thank you, Master. With you on the job, I...
Hey, Xingqiu! Glad you're here.
भाई यहाँ तो बारिश नहीं हो रही.
We want to ask you for some information.
Traveler, Paimon, please wait a moment.
भाई यहाँ तो हो नहीं रही है.
Shu, I need to entertain
अरे
some guests.
यार
Please continue with your
भाई
work for the time being.
इमोजी का
And we'll
पूरा
discuss
रिटर्न
the
बना
matter of the
दिया
guild's
यार
Understood, Master Xingqiu. Then I will leave you in peace.
I wasn't counting on finding you
सेम
here
भाई
today.
सेम होता हो यार
What's
यही
going
होता है
on?
आते हैं
And how,
बादल
pray
बारिश
tell,
नहीं
may I
होती
be
है
of service?
Xingqiu, have you ever heard of Sun?
Oh, I see. So you've entered Lady Ningguang's contest as well.
As well? Do you mean...
The truth is, the Feiyun Commerce Guild is in possession of some Sunset Vermilionite, but only one piece.
100x
We are
भाई
holding it on behalf of someone who has asked us to put it up for auction.
इतने तो
And
भाई
a
चैट
lot
में
of interested
100x
parties
कितने
have already
लिखोगे
come to us inquiring about the price. At the end of the day, it all comes down to supply and demand.
500 million?!
Honestly, I would recommend that you don't bother bidding on this one. The price is greatly inflated, and it's just...
But without any Sunset Vermilionite...
भाई अरे डरो
Don't
भाई
panic.
डरो
I don't
नाइट बोट
suppose
अभी
you
है
ever
या
heard
नहीं है
of
पता नहीं
Seagazer?
Who?
अभी सूरज भाई खौफ दिखाने लग रहे हैं
Seagazer was once very close to Mountain Shaper, but if I am not mistaken, he has already passed away.
Yes, precisely. I didn't
भाई
know
यहाँ
anyone
अलग
else knew
बैटल चल
about
रहा है
him.
इमोजीज का बैटल चल रहा है
According to records of drifting clouds, Seagazer once built an abode to store his rarest and most exquisite treasures, among which was some Sunset Vermilionite. After Seagazer passed, the abode was abandoned, and its location was lost to time. Luckily, I came into possession of a stack of folk history books just recently. They make some oblique references to
अभी
this
अभी
lost
नहीं आया
abode.
भाई वो अभी चला गया दूसरी जगह पे आएगा तो देखेगा तो डिलीट करेगा फिर
Okay for us to just go and take his treasure? Wouldn't it be a little, disrespectful with him?
You needn't worry. As far as I understand, Seagazer was very open-minded. Even while he was alive, he wouldn't have let something like this bother him.
Open-minded? I have not heard of Seagazer being described in this way before. May I ask where you read that?
Just a rumor I heard out in the mountains.
भाई फैन बहुत हैं इस कैरेक्टर
All right
के
then, let's go.
There's something about this young lady that reminds me of a good friend of mine. Oh, I almost forgot. Adepti abodes tend to have very ingenious designs, especially when it comes to their defense mechanisms. Plus, it's likely to be crawling with monsters after being abandoned for so long. So please, be very careful.
Okay, we will be. Thanks, Xingqiu.
लो भाई बाइजुक आ गया मतलब यार दो क्वेस्ट साथ में करनी पड़ रही है मेरे को एक वर्ल्ड क्वेस्ट एक आर्कोन क्वेस्ट कहीं भी अटकेगा वहां आर्कोन क्वेस्ट स्टार्ट हो जाएगी
Rest assured.
भाई उस स्नेह का बैनर आ लिया क्या
My, to what do I owe the pleasure?
NPC नहीं होनी चाहिए भाई
Though
कैरेक्टर
I'm
होना चाहिए
afraid that if you're looking for our little Chi-Chi, she's out gathering herbs. And if it isn't Miss Yanfei as well, now that's an even rarer honor. What business brings you here, might I inquire? Some charlatans peddling ineffectual medicines again, no doubt?
No. I'm here this time to ask if you're familiar with Smaragdus Jadeite.
भाई ये कैरेक्टर है क्या तुम्हारे पास
Jadeite?
स्नेह
Why, yes, there is some information about it included in the 6th
सैन्य बोल
commentary
दो
on the
सैन्य
7 mountain treatises. The 7 mountain treatises states that this substance springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains and will bring disaster to any mere mortals who touch it. It is abundant in elemental energy, so if someone without a vision is in contact with it for a prolonged period, Anyway, I'm sure you didn't come all this way just to chit-chat. Knowing, I suppose that you're about to ask me to write an official affidavit attesting to the pharmaceutical peculiarities of Smaragdus
ज़्यादा
jadeite?
पढ़ने वाला लगता है क्या भाई?
That is indeed the case. If you would be so kind, Dr.
लेकिन भाई
Baiju.
बताओ तुम तो business minded थे.
No trouble at all. It's just a single document. Won't take me a moment. I would mention, though, that you are not the only one who's developed a curiosity for Smaragdus jadeite recently. But after I gave him my reply, his expression shifted to one of remarkable disappointment. I wonder, Miss Yenfei, if your pressing business might be related to this Snezhnayan merchant?
Ah, you needn't concern yourself about that, Dr. Baiju. Thank you for penning us that document.
You're too kind. Take care now.
That Baiju guy is as weird as ever.
अब वापस भाई मोटा भाई से बात करनी जाके अपने को.
Like he was fishing for something back there.
नहीं मोटा भाई नहीं है, दूसरा है.
Dr. Baiju's always been like that. Well, we have the evidence we need. Let's go find Mr. Crossel.
कहाँ है भाई ये रहा क्रोसल?
Miss Yanfei, have you finished your investigation? I trust you will now be in a position to assess the compensation due.
Yes, my investigation is indeed concluded. I can now provide a final figure for the amount payable.
Wonderful. Well then, please, could you do the honors, Miss Yanfei?
Of course. According to the stipulations of the contract, Mr. Crossel,
अरे ये क्या भाई
you
गोल?
must pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original transaction price in Mora.
Sure. Wait, what? Me
क्या हो
pay
गया भाई?
her? Surely there's been some kind of mistake, Miss Yanfei.
Not at all. According to my investigations
ना यार
and the material evidence
लोडिंग
that
तो
we've
नहीं हो रहा.
gathered, the
तुम्हारी
substance
साइड
claimed to be
नेटवर्क में
Smaragdus
प्रॉब्लम हो
jadeite that
गया
was
अभी.
inlaid within the Smaragdus jadeite twin phoenix pins that you rented out to Mr. Chow was, in fact, Smaragdus nephrite. Now, the contract states very clearly that 10 times the price shall be paid should the article not be genuine. Accordingly, you are liable for the
Material evidence? What material evidence? Why, Miss Yanfei, you cannot frame me like this. I spent a huge sum to obtain that Smaragdus jadeite, and yet you claim that the ore...
Indeed. Only a testimony from an expert witness involved in the processing of the ore can serve as an authoritative assessment of whether this is a processing record from the Jade Mystery, along with stone samples and an affidavit signed by the business owner, Chateau.
अरे भाई आ गया भाई आ गया.
Seriously? Even the boss there couldn't differentiate between Smaragdus
ओ
jadeite
भाई
and Smaragdus nephrite.
होता तेरे
How does
पीछे
this
पड़ा
prove
भाई.
anything?
इतने इमोजी भेज दिए भाई ने.
In any case, Smaragdus nephrite is the outer layer of Smaragdus jadeite.
ले भाई
So I
डार्क
had him
वर्ल्ड
cut
सूरज.
away the nephrite, he returned the valuable jadeite core to me, and some nephrite samples remain in the...
That's an unsubstantiated belief.
Well, your claim that my ore is fake is just as unsubstantiated. And we are here to talk about...
Ugh. Looks like our first piece of evidence didn't convince him.
Hard evidence, something legally binding. We have just the thing. Oh, come on. I meant the backup copy of the document from the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
This document proves that my hairpins are the real deal, doesn't it?
Our second piece of evidence didn't work either. And this guy's getting more...
You know, you could be right. Perhaps the hairpins are the real deal after all.
Of course I'm right. All the evidence shown supports my...
Well, hang on a moment now, because I do recall one final piece of evidence that... Traveler, would you do the honors? This shall serve as decisive proof. I'm referring to the affidavit signed by Dr.
What's the...
Smaragdus jadeite springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains and will bring disaster to any mere mortals who touch it. Sustained contact with Smaragdus jadeite over a prolonged period will, in less serious cases, cause a mild malady, while in serious cases, the patient may suffer. Mr. Crossel, were you aware of these peculiar properties of Smaragdus jadeite?
I had no idea.
No idea, you say? I'd guessed as much. But for you to have rented out such a dangerous item, I'm afraid that this falls outside the scope of my work, but within that of the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
डाले तो हुए हैं भाई ने.
However, I'm sure that the ministry
Spam
will
थोड़ा ना
be
करेगा भाई.
relatively lenient, considering that, as you say, you were Don't worry, Mr. Crossell. I will make sure that all the evidence presented here will be handed over to the ministry. I trust that you'll give them your full cooperation in their investigations.
सूरज भाई भी like safe limit में अगर emoji डाले तो safe है.
What? Wait! I
दो
knew.
से अधिक emoji ना डालें.
Oh, so you knew? Oh, dear Mr. Crossell. But if you knew of Smaragdus Jadeite's dangerous properties before...
Huh? No, The hairpins aren't actually
inlaid with genuine Smaragdus Jadeite? Is that what you were about to say? You do understand, Mr. Crossell, that this means that you will have to pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original price in Mora?
ये भाई खौफ है.
Mr. Crossell, your answer, please. My client and I are waiting.
Camp, he's seriously intimidating right now. It's like she's a different person.
I admit it. I confess. The ore I had inlaid on those hairpins was Smaragdus nephrite. But I'm a victim in all of this too. I invested a great deal of time and money into acquiring that small amount of Smaragdus. But after receiving it and carrying it around for a few days, I started to feel extreme discomfort. I went to Boo Boo Pharmacy to get myself checked out, only to discover that this sort of stone cannot be worn as jewelry. But
YouTube पे
how
सर्च
could all that
मारो
money go to waste?
Nightbot YouTube official channel है Nightbot का.
That's why I had another pair of hairpins made from Smaragdus nephrite, which is almost indistinguishable from Smaragdus jadeite. I kept the real Smaragdus jadeite in a specially made box. I daren't touch it again. I was worried
Google
that
ने
someone
भाई
would
YouTube
see
मार लो
through
तुम
it,
सर्च.
which is why I only dared to rent them out, not sell them. And then to top it all off,
Exactly. If they weren't the real deal, why'd you make her pay so much?
I didn't want to either, but when I purchased that Smaragdus jadeite, some of my business partners found out. If word got out that I sold a pair of fake hairpins, then...
All right, let's cut the appeals phase right there. I failed to see what bearing any of this has on your transaction with my client.
10 times.
Nightbot के भाई इतने subscribers है ना इतने हमारे ना है.
As for me, according to my contract with Mr. Chow, 20% of that sum will go to me.
20%? That's as much as I spent on that Smaragdus jadeite.
2.48 million subscribers है भाई Nightbot के.
There's no need. It's fine. You don't have to pay me that much, Mora. Even if the Smaragdus jadeite on those hairpins was fake, I still bear responsibility for losing.
Ms. Chow.
कोई नहीं भाई सही हो जाओगे.
However, Mr. Crossell, since you have no use for that chunk of Smaragdus jadeite, why don't you give it to me instead? I'll consider us even.
What? But all right then. This cursed rock's brought me enough grief as it is.
हाँ 2.48 ही तो बोला भाई.
Miss Yunfei, I'll turn this Smaragdus jadeite over to you.
Well, that's not quite how the rules say this should go. But
thanks so much for your help this time, Miss Yunfei. When you have the time, I'll be sure to visit and express my thanks more appropriately.
Oh, come on. No need to stand on ceremony. Now.
Well, yes, I believe we have.
Well then, that's good. Mr. Crossell, it seems that my client has no further claims against you.
Is that so? That's good.
Actually, Mr. Crossell, I'd like to talk. I could see from the hairpins you produced that you're
बढ़िया
very
भाई,
skilled
बढ़िया.
in jewelry design. My family, on the other hand, works in the ore business, and we have a fair stock of fine ores. If we could join forces, your jewelry designs and our choice ores.
भाई कंटेंट भी तो नहीं डालता उस पे कोई. Nightbot का एक वीडियो है 1 मिलियन व्यूज हैं 4 साल पहले डाला था वो भी.
Well, that's that. And we've got the Smaragdus Jadeite that Granny wants too. All's well that ends well, eh?
Exactly. Usually when someone tells us they've lost something, we end up searching all over
अभी
the
नहीं
place
मिली
for
यार
it.
स्कर्क
But
तो
this time, you managed to solve the
ऊपर वाले
problem
भैया
with
से
just a
पूछ रहे हो
big
तो
stack of
बताएंगे अभी
documents. Even though the
अभी तो
solution
10
didn't
पुल
involve
हुए हैं यार
The
स्कर्क
right
के
solution depends on your perspective. The objective of my client, Mr. Chow, was to reduce her liability to pay compensation. So, rather than looking high and low for some hairpins, proving that the rented item was nowhere near worth what the vendor had claimed it to be was the more efficient solution. An Adeptus. Speaking of, you took part in that battle, didn't you? In which case, you would have heard what Granny said.
C5
Liyue Harbor is now a city ruled by humans. The
अरे
title of
नहीं यार
Adeptus
बड़ा
means
बड़ा मत
precious
लिखो
little to me compared to my job as a legal advisor. In any case, don't you think that the Liyue Harbor of today needs legal consultancy far more than it needs adeptal powers?
देख भाई अभी अगर लिखेंगे ना स्कर्क नहीं मिली मेरे को तो ज्यादा बंदे क्लिक करेंगे बता रहा हूँ मैं तेरे को अपोजिट अपोजिट जितना लिखोगे ना उतने ज्यादा
Well,
करते हैं बंदे
since we got what we came for, it's time to pay Granny a visit. I bet she's been on tenterhooks for a while now.
मैडम पिंक से टॉक करना है उड़ के जाएंगे भाई चल भाई उड़ के जाएंगे अब यहाँ से कहाँ गया
Ah, you've
सपने
returned. How did it go? Were you able to
भाई
find the
एकदम से
Smaragdus
इन्होंने
Jadeite?
जज्बात बदल दिए वक्त बदल दिया
Good, good. Then we have all...
Well, if we're all set, Granny, I'll get going now. Got a ton of clients waiting for me back at the office.
Oh, you. All right, then. Go see to your business. Granny should be able to handle the rest.
I'm off then. Bye! Oh yes, Traveler. Make sure you don't lose the business card I gave you. I've been looking into the laws of other nations as well. If you should ever bump into any trouble with the law, come find me directly. Regulars get discounts too.
Come now, child. Are you leaving or are you not? If you have no wish to leave, perhaps you'd like to help me clean my teapot.
I'm leaving! I'm leaving!
वाह भाई काम के नाम पे देगा और बिजनेस बिजनेस पूरा भाई
That child. Goodness knows where she learned to be so rambunctious. Ah, indeed she is. Liyue has changed. Yanfei might be overly garrulous, but she is also the most intimately acquainted with the city among... Ah, Liyue is all right then. Let us...
Oh, Paimon's so excited! How is it made?
There we go. Hold it firmly. If you were to drop it, oh goodness, take these blueprints with you as well. You'll need them if
क्या
you
होगा
wish to
भाई
make your teapot a little more.
Wait a minute, Granny. How exactly are we supposed to use this teapot?
Oh, you needn't worry about that. I've already arranged for a certain little helper to await you within this teapot. She will explain everything.
हो गया भाई टी पोट सेरेनिटी पोट हम लोग
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
चलो तो यार मैं भी चलता हूँ। ये भाई कल ही करेंगे फिर, टाइम हो रहा है वैसे भी। भाई इसको अंदर रखना पड़ेगा अपने को, एंटर नहीं करना है मेरे को। सो गाइस, ओके, आज की स्ट्रीम यहीं पे करते हैं एंड। और भाई स्ट्रीम पसंद आई है तो लाइक कर देना भाई, चैनल पे नया है तो सब्सक्राइब कर लेना। ओके भाई, मिलते हैं आपसे कल। कल करेंगे स्ट्रीम अपनी, रेगुलर रखने की कोशिश करेंगे भाई अब। कल मिलते हैं यार आपको। ओके गाइस। अरे यार पहले अपना वो तो कर लें। अभी भाई साहब अब आखिरी देख लूं यार अपने। कैंडेस ही अभी निकली है ये तो। वाह भाई ये तो बढ़िया है। ये भी तो निकली थी सोजो कारा, सो नहीं, पूजो सारा, उल्टा पढ़ दिया मैंने।
Benny's adventure.
ओके भाई, बैनी एडवेंचर टीम। क्लेम तो कर लिए थे यार हमने। हाँ क्लेम कर लिए थे। ओके भाई, मिलते हैं आपको जल्दी कल। कल वाली स्ट्रीम मिलते हैं, मंडे को हम करेंगे। सो गाइस, तब तक के लिए गुड बाय एंड सी यू इन द नेक्स्ट स्ट्रीम।